Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Guard gutters, and you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Yeah, you right, Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you. I'm laughing because Mario Bro, a.k.a. Latinx, and I are laughing at my clock. We thought we solved the problem with the clock, huh, Mario Brothers?
Oh, so close.
Yep. Ordered a clock, and I got it like on Amazon, like, is it pronounced Dumas, or how do you pronounce it, Dumas? Anyway, forget about that. I ordered from Amazon, like a Dumas, and expected a digital clock that would be of like broadcast quality. And if you're going like, what's a clock that's of broadcast quality? One that doesn't lose a second every single day. So by the end of the week, I'm 5 seconds off. That kind of clock.
Yes.
Clock that stays with regular time. Oh boy. That was $40 wasted, but that probably says it all. I'm not kidding you. They had like a row of clocks, and they're like $129, $150, $99. I'm like, well, for $49, $39, I'll get that one. I got the $39 one. Should say loses a half a second every day.
That's still less than your detergent and toilet paper you bought the other day or whatever.
That was insane. That was a good one. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx, nailed it. I would have guessed about $35. What are we talking about? I walked out of the Lowe's. I live near that Carrollton area, right by the parish line, by the Sewage and Water Board. Carrollton, Holly Grove, Pigeon Town, right around there. Walked out with an Arm & Hammer, not Tide, Arm & Hammer yellow jug, like a gallon of detergent, and 12 rolls of Bounty paper towels. So a dozen rolls in a big plastic thing of Bounty paper towels, one item. And the second and only other item, this gallon of detergent, Arm & Hammer, $50. $50. I was like, $50? Really? Wow. Could have on a Gallagher's 527 and got gumbo and crab meat St. Francis and the shish kebab for lunch for $50. Jeez, and Pete's. Wow. Anyway, yeah, things are expensive now. Corey Johnson with you Thursday afternoon. Things are confusing now. French Quarter trash wars. My God, you really, really, really need to stay on top of it, all the details. Today was shocking in a way when you see the headline. But legally, the mayor had no choice. Mayor Junket Cantrell signs off or extends IV Waste's contract for the French Quarter and CBD through December, through the end of the year. The original deal, essentially. So, no, you could be like, boy, shocking. And it is. When I first saw the headline, I'm like, what? You have to think about it for a second. No, shocking, but I think legally had no choice. Mayor Cantrell, Junket Cantrell, extends IV Waste's French Quarter CBD contract through December. IV Wastes, not Henry Consulting. Now, if you think this thing is over, it's not. I mean, for a minute, you're like, wow, IV Waste, I guess, will go through December in the quarter, and then Henry Consulting and others will try to get the long-term deal, or Henry Consulting next week, I think, figures out if they get the long-term deal or not. Well, you're right about that. The long-term deal, I've seen 7 years, $73 million. I've seen 8 years, $73 million. Now I'm seeing more reported at 7 years, $73 million. The long-term deal will be decided next Tuesday, this Tuesday, August 5th, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, Henry Consulting versus the New Orleans City Council. The council's basically arguing any contract over $1 million, we have to approve it. A, the council has to vote on it and approve it, and B, the council president has to sign that. Henry Consulting versus the New Orleans City Council for not signing off on the Henry Consulting deal. The council's saying, hey, anything over $10,000, we have to, anything over $1 million, I apologize. Anything over $1 million, we have to approve it. The mayor can't just award that. Troy Henry says that isn't applicable here. So does the mayor. If the court rules in favor of Henry Consulting on Tuesday and against the council, saying that they are green-lighted for the contract, the council doesn't have to approve it. The mayor can do it, and it's done. If the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals on Tuesday rules in favor of Henry Consulting, Junket Cantrell can immediately cancel the IV Waste deal that she just signed off on to December, and Henry Consulting takes over the French Quarter and CBD immediately. In theory, Henry Consulting on Wednesday could be cleaning the French Quarter and CBD. Hypothetical, in theory, and the ruling going their way. The ruling goes against them where the judge rules, the Fourth Circuit rules. Yeah, the city council has to approve any deal over $1 million that the mayor throws out there. Then it'll be IV Waste through December. The Henry Consulting deal, 7-year, 8-year, whatever it is, $73 million deal goes away. And then in the next few weeks, few months, this city and the mayor will have to put out an RFP for January 2026 and a future trash contract. And LaToya Cantrell's not going to step aside and let the future mayor make that decision. She is going to make that decision. But then the council will have to approve it if the Fourth Circuit votes that way. I know, it's just a big loop. Right now, IV Waste will be cleaning the quarter by themselves. They'll be doing it at least today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. There's a possibility they could be cleaning through December. If on Tuesday, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals rules in favor of Henry Consulting and not the New Orleans City Council, Mayor LaToya Cantrell can immediately cancel the IV Waste deal, where it would be null and void on Wednesday of next week, and Henry Consulting takes over. And not only through December, 7-year, 8-year, $73 million deal, the full big-time deal, the long-term deal. That's what Henry Consulting's focused on. They're focused on Tuesday and the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal decision. And I would think that's what the city council's focused on. That's what Sidney Torres and Ivy Waste is focused on. This Tuesday, August 5th, and the Fourth Circuit's Court of Appeals ruling. They're either going to rule in favor of the council, that the council has to approve anything over $1 million, like the Henry Consulting trash contract. The mayor just can't award that herself. Or they don't, and the mayor can award it herself. And then the mayor would cancel the IV deal, and Henry Consulting would take over. But as of right now, the mayor, you first see the headline, you're like, wow, shocking. Mayor signs IV waste extension through December. Yeah, pending Tuesday's Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling. She could have just signed something that lasts till next Wednesday, 6 days. And if the Fourth Circuit rules against them, they'll appeal and we'll have to wait more. And again, if Henry Consulting wins the appeal, then the contract with Ivy Waste could get canceled immediately. Mario Brothers, get that bucket of water that I set up and throw it in my face. This is out of control, this trash contract stuff. You keeping up on any of this?
Oh, on your show, yeah.
Yeah, geez.
It's a hot topic.
It is, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
All right, I got a good one for you, sports lover Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx.
What's up?
John Sumrall is going to join us in an hour.
Hey,
the
awesome.
Tulane head football coach. How do you like them apples?
Good get, man.
Yep, he is. He's a good guy, too. What a winner.
Yeah.
You got to like that guy.
Yeah, hell of a coach.
I like just the fact that not only is this guy a winner and a hell of a coach, like one of the most coveted young coaches in America. I like Twitter photos of a big oak tree in Audubon Park. Like it's John Sumrall's Twitter account. There's nothing there except the photo of the oak tree in Audubon Park. And it's like a 300-400-year-old oak tree that's as, big around as your car.
Mm-hmm. Big old tree.
Yep. Literally as big around as your vehicle. Damn. Anyway, I like those kind of photos, or it could be like a picture of the quad at Tulane.
Yes.
This dude loves Tulane. Tulane's campus is beautiful. It's like, from St. Charles Avenue to Claiborne, it's incredible.
It's so nice.
It's like you think you're at an Ivy League or East Coast College or at Brown or something. It's really first class modern, the new business school, all these new buildings, new dorms. Mm-hmm. It's just getting better and better and better. No, it's a beautiful campus. It's in uptown New Orleans, which is lush and green and full of old oak trees. It sits on the St. Charles Avenue streetcar line across the street from world-class Audubon Park, moments from the Mississippi River. It's just in a damn good spot. And he loves it. He gets it. He embraces it. I'm sure some folks come in like, man, the streets are so messed up. It's messing up my car. I remember Mike Ditka just didn't get New Orleans at all.
Ready, fire, aim.
Ready, fire, aim. He came here, was like, what are these kids doing running around the street? Ask if they could shine my shoe. Why isn't there what was the department store in Chicago? It wasn't Marshall Fields, which is Chicago. It was one of these, Dillard's type stores. Why isn't there one of those here? It's like, really, coach? Mr. Kindergarten, right away, just sort of dogging the city, but, he was like Mr. Kindergarten, just basic kind of childlike, reactions to stuff.
What a time.
What a time. Yikes. Corey Johnson with you. The French Quarter trash wars continue. Confusing? Yes.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
New Orleans talk giant Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
I'll have the entire city of New Orleans in the palm of my hand.
Every weekday afternoon on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333 from 4 p.m. to 5:30.
Hey, Green Wave fans, in less than an hour, 5 o'clock power hour. Check it out. Spread the word, you greenies. John Sumrall, head football coach of your Tulane Green Wave, will join us live on the program in the 5 o'clock power hour. They're a few days into fall camp. This BYU quarterback might just be like the final piece to the puzzle that all of a sudden makes this team like championship level team. Mario Brothers, I'll tell you something about Tulane. I said this to you last week where I knew they were kind of legit the last few years under Fritz and now under Sumrall. They've got viable offensive and defensive lines, and they've got depth on their offensive and defensive lines. Tulane's D-line last year was better than LSU's defensive line. It's not even close.
Oh, yeah.
Not even close.
Oh, yeah. Really good front seven last year. They got some guys coming back. And as far as Jake goes, the guy from BYU, he definitely has been statistically the best quarterback that they have on the team. But at the same time, it's going to be hard for him to pick everything up because weird situation, right? Getting kicked out of BYU and not getting to Tulane's campus until July with the season like less than a month away.
Yeah, but also the kid's like 22 or 23.
Yeah, that's
he's very experienced.
That's the advantage.
There's only so much that there's out there. It's more of just like you call it XYZ, we call it PDQ.
Hopefully.
You know, I don't think there's a whole lot that's like, wow, I don't know what that is. I have to learn that. What could be an example of that?
I don't know. It's a lot. That's very kind of nuanced, right? Like,
No. That's what I think it is. Nuance. It's the binder.
Exactly. And
it's not on the field.
Yes.
It's the binder.
And he's a skilled running quarterback as well, you know. So
no, he can run.
You would think that at the Taylor offense around his strengths, that's going to take some time, you know.
Yeah, Mario Brothers, I can just tell you this, and for whatever it's worth, and I'm giving you all the facts. I've seen maybe him throw the ball a dozen to 20 times, okay? On film, on video, just certain plays. About 75% of them are Tulane practices so far. Mm-hmm. The other 5, 6, 7 are when he played for BYU. I haven't watched like some highlight reel of this guy, but just what I've seen at the Tulane practices, for whatever it's worth, I mean, it's like 7-on-7. Some of these, there's not even a pass rush. He just seems like he's calm, collected. He's scanning the field. He's making his reads, his progressions.
Yeah.
And then he's just flinging the ball and just the different spots he's throwing it. Again, it's not like full pads and all that, but it kind of looks like that guy's a quarterback, like a good college quarterback. I don't know. Some you can look at and you can tell they're just sort of serviceable and they can, quote, play the college game. And if they ever make it to the NFL, they're going to be like a safety. This guy looks like a quarterback. And, like I said, 20 passes. What's that?
Well, he's been a winner. BYU was down in the dumps there for a little bit, but 11-win season last year led by him. So a guy that's not only experienced, but has won a lot of college football games.
Yeah, that's Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx. He loves sports.
I do most of the time.
John Sumrall is going to join us in less than an hour, the Tulane head football coach. Bradley Schneller from Stacked Coaching in a little while. Jeff Dorson from the Humane Society of Louisiana. Just for a few minutes, we like tossing him a bone because he deserves it. We might have Troy Henry joining us in the 5 o'clock power hour. That would be on the downside around 5:35, something like that, 5:35-ish. Yesterday, the Louisiana Supreme Court ruled in favor of the plaintiffs, the business owner, the resident of the French Quarter, Ivy Waste, the sole trash provider. Could be a moot point come Tuesday. That was yesterday. Today, because of that court ruling, surprisingly, it was shocking when I saw the headline. And then about 10 seconds later, I realized she had no choice. It was the only legal, forced legally to do it. Today, shocking, but legally having no choice, Mayor Junket Cantrell signed off extended Ivy Waste French Quarter CBD contract through December of this year. So like you read that headline, you're like, wow, Henry's out. Ivy Waste is in at least through December, and then we'll go from there. Not so fast. Henry Consulting, Ivy Waste, the mayor, the city council, they're all focused on this Tuesday and this Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling. It's Henry Consulting versus the city of New Orleans, the city council of New Orleans. The council saying any contract that the mayor, the city comes up with that's over $1 million a year, the council has to vote on that contract, and then the president signs off on it after it is approved by vote. Have to be a 4-3 or better vote. Henry Consulting, the mayor, saying, not on a deal like this, not on like a trash contract. Some would say, no, it's exactly on this kind of deal. We'll see what the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals thinks on Tuesday, because it all hinges on this decision. This is what it all comes down to Tuesday. The Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals rules in favor of the city council. Ivy Waste will continue to clean the quarter in CBD till December. Then there'll be a new RFP coming out within the next few months for January 2026 and beyond. If the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals on Tuesday rules against the council and for Henry Consulting, then the mayor will terminate Ivy Waste's deal immediately, like Wednesday of next week. And Henry Consulting not only takes over immediately, but it's the 7-year, 8-year, whatever, $73 million deal. The $73 million contract for years goes into effect immediately. So this thing is, Tuesday's a big day, Either Ivy Waste through the end of the year, and in the next few months, an RFP going out for a future trash contract for the quarter in CBD starting in January of 2026, or Henry Consulting taking over not only immediately, but for the next 7 or 8 years at $73 million. So a lot at stake. Tuesday's the immediate, long-term, all of it in one day. Tuesday's Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling. Now, here's what's interesting. Whoever wins, whoever loses, I'm sure there'll be an appeal. And So you could have Henry Consulting win, the city council appeal, the mayor cancel Ivy Waste deal immediately, Henry Consulting taking over. A few months down the road, another ruling, maybe in favor of the city council. And then Henry Consulting would be out and Ivy Waste would come back in. I mean, it is mind-blowing, mind-boggling, absolutely insane and crazy. It really is. French Quarter trash wars. Wow. Let's flip it around the other way. You know, I picked up some Trey Yen earlier in the week, Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx. I had a quick trip to the North Shores getting in and out. And I was like, man, Trey Yen. Went and got some lunch, hot pepper chicken. I got a Jade Garden sampler to start. A Jade Garden sampler is an egg roll with some slices of that, thin pork and a couple of butterfly shrimp. That's a Jade Garden sampler. Of course, I got a little side of Tong Cho sauce to dip all those goodies in. I actually substituted the egg roll. I got a spring roll in place of the egg roll with that little thin skin. Pretty much the same stuff on the inside, more kind of oval shaped than round like the egg roll. And then still some of that sliced pork and some of those butterfly shrimp. And I'm dipping all those goodies, that trio, in that Tong Cho sauce. That was to start my lunch. And then I got the hot pepper chicken entree. Chicken with onions and bell peppers, stir-fried in a wok. Just wonderful dish. Spicy but flavorful, not too hot, but a little hot. And some combination fried rice on the side. I think it was like $20. My entree, I think, was like 12. The appetizer was like 6 or 7, the Jade Garden sampler, something like that. $20. Lunch Tuesday through Friday. Boy, if you manage an office on the North Shore, seriously, could be 10 employees, 50, 500. You're at Chevron over there and you have to get them lunch. Don't bring in Subway or some Chick-fil-A tray. Call in a to-go order tray in. Bring the truck, the van over, the SUV. They'll load all those to-go containers. And at like $10, $12 a pop, think about that. Like what you'd pay for fast food, $10, $12 each. You can serve hundreds of employees for hundreds of dollars at Trey Yen. Well, no, that would be 100 employees at 10, 12. That'd be like $1,200. Okay. You can serve hundreds of employees for a few $1,000s at Trey Yen. Hundreds of employees for just a few $1,000s. You can feed a dozen employees at Trey Yen for under $150. A dozen employees, and they're getting a super high quality lunch that they're craving, that they want to eat, that they're fired up for. They see you went the extra yard, not some Chick-fil-A platter or Subway.
Watch them out.
Huh?
Watch them out.
Oh, boy. Hey, it's the Chick-fil-A platter. Yes, and these chicken nuggets were fried an hour ago. Enjoy, everyone. They're already not crispy and overrated and real salty, and now they're an hour old. Enjoy, everyone. No, there's no way to heat them up. Enjoy, everyone. Trey Yen, Mario Brothers. I hit the sometimes in the morning before golf, I'll hit the Chick-fil-A.
The chicken minis.
I used to get the chicken minis, but 4 of them are like $8. You can get like 8 nuggets for like $6 or something. I would just be like, give me 8 nuggets.
Yeah.
And forget the little I don't really care. I mean, I like the Hawaiian little buttery roll.
Thing, yeah,
it's like a Hawaiian roll. They're pretty tasty. Sugary and buttery.
The hash brown portions are too small. I used to get 2 things of hash browns.
Yeah. See, you're 30. You just consume that stuff like a alligator. I eat a bunch of those hash browns, and I'm looking at my fingers, and they're all greasy. I'm just like,
Yep.
Chicken nuggets are a little greasy enough. Anyway. Yeah, I'll get a little Chick-fil-A every now and then. And the styrofoam cup, if it's a Sunday, I used to go on Saturday when I drink Coke and get the styrofoam Coke, but now I just get a water or something. If it's Sunday, I can get a Coke, but that's at McDonald's. No styrofoam cup.
Nope.
Which is a blessing because the Coke melts quickly and then I throw it out and I don't drink all of it. The Life of Corey. Are you bored yet? John Sumrall's joining us, Green Wave fans, in the 5 o'clock hour. Stick around for that. Bradley Schneller next, Stacked Coaching.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love. More. When you do something, you have to do it right. It's all about more, and it's called more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Not a politician or part of a political machine. Corey Johnson.
I propose that I use what's left of the town treasury to move to a more prosperous town and run for mayor.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
Well, it's not 97 degrees, feels like $1.12. But it's still, I wouldn't say a scorcher out there, but, 90 degrees feels like 100 plus. The other day, 97 at 112 is like dangerous, but 90 degrees feels like 100 plus is still hot. Stay hydrated, lots of water. And if your air conditioning is not working right, or worse, not working at all, don't fret. Just solve the problem quickly. That's the key. You were thrown like a, pile of what. Deal with it quickly. Get it solved. Total Maintenance in New Orleans, in Baton Rouge. If you need air conditioning help, think Total Maintenance. TM-AC.com. It is a Thursday, a little after 4:30. Bradley Schneller joins us from Stacked Coaching. How you doing, Bradley? Good, man. Same old stuff, the usual. I got a couple of good topics for you today. You ready?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, cool. First one. This heat, working out in July, fading into August in New Orleans, where, Yesterday was 2 days ago, 97 degrees feels like 112. Today it's 90, feels like 100. What's the difference between that and working out in November in New Orleans? And is your heart rate going faster? Are your lungs working more? Do you and do you have to pull back on the workout, like you only do 80% in July or August and you would do 100% in November? Fill us in on how that works.
Are you in air conditioning or you're not in air conditioning?
Boy, wow. You always have those caveats, Bradley. Let's say you're in, air conditioning. Yeah, it's not an indoor gym that with like, I don't know how much wind or fans or anything. Let's just say it's got AC. It's 74 degrees in there.
No difference. Zero difference.
Zero difference between if it's air conditioned or not?
No. I mean, if you're in an air conditioned gym and it's July, August, and you're in an air conditioned gym in November, it's still 74.
So the outside has nothing to do with anything as long if it's air conditioned inside.
You're a little sweaty. You're a little bit more warmed up when you walk into the gym. You're getting out of your car and you're heading into the gym, and your muscles are a little bit more warmed up. Now, like you're running outside, let's say for people who run outside, right?
Yep.
The biggest difference is, are you hydrated enough? Are you getting enough electrolytes? That's it. In terms of taxing your cardiovascular system, and I don't think there's real science on, being in the heat versus not. It's just when you are overheated and you're, just grossly over sweating, you're losing a lot of electrolytes. So you become dehydrated quicker. Lightheaded, it's harder to work out.
Yeah.
So it's just staying hydrated, make sure you're having enough electrolytes, that type of thing.
All right. The answer makes me feel like I'm stupid. Like, Corey, it's 72 in the gym, dude. What's it matter if it's November or July outside? Yeah. but I'm just the reason I ask it because like you're a Pelicans fan, right? You've checked out Graffinini doing radio when the Pels are getting, ripped and things aren't looking good. Every now and then it'll be like they're leaking oil. That'll be one of his expressions. They're leaking oil. When I'm at your gym and I'm just sweating like crazy, where it's just dripping off of me, it seems like this time of year it's more severe than in November. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on the workout. Okay, what you have to take stock of is it a more cardiovascular workout? Is it more of a strength training workout? Like, what is the intensity level there? If it is a cardiovascular workout, are we going inside to outside, right? Whereas in November, the temperature might be fairly similar inside to outside. And in the heat, like now, it's not, right? So you have that happening. So you run outside, start sweating your tail off, okay? You come back inside, it's cool, and it messes with your body, so, right? That's really it, though, man. Like, if you stay, like, properly hydrated.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. The solution to the heat, if you're dealing with July heat compared to November and you're working out outside or your gym doesn't have air conditioning, stay hydrated and have enough electrolytes, right?
Yeah, look, I run, a few times a week. I run outside. Everybody who listens to the show knows I mostly lift weights, but I still like to run a couple of miles multiple times a week. And even when, like, let's say it's June, okay, and it's not quite as hot as it is now. Like, if I get to the second, half mile of the first 2 miles and I'm not properly hydrated myself, even though it's just a little bit hotter, I get a little lightheaded or my recovery is a little bit slower. Whereas, I know it's hot now. I properly hydrate. I am drinking electrolytes or taking some in. I feel good through the whole 2 months.
Yeah, so no, it's just as easy to run the 2 miles in July as it is November for you when you're hydrated and have the electrolytes.
Yeah, my best 5K time ever was done in July.
No, I got you. So yeah. So the all you're just sweating more. That's it.
Yeah, and then venture to say, like, your muscles are probably more warm in the heat, you could probably run faster.
Oh, no. I like playing golf when it's, 80 compared to when it's 40. That's for damn sure.
Of course. Now, look, the opposite extreme end is like you're out at Saints camp, you're wearing a black jersey all geared up, and it's sweltering hot.
Yep.
Like the problems are like the heat is not necessarily affecting their ability to run a play from a physical standpoint. It's that they might suffer a heat stroke, or they're losing fluid so rapidly that it makes them a little bit lightheaded, or they don't think straightly, and now they take bad technique towards a play or miss something like that, and then that's how someone gets injured via the heat.
Bradley Schneller's with us from Stacked Coaching. If you want to join his gym, it's over there on River Road, right past Shrewsbury. River Road at Arnold. StackedCoaching.com. They've got individual training, class, groups all day long, in the morning, midday, afternoon, on Saturday and Sunday. All kind of good stuff at Stacked Coaching. There are some guys, they just show up by themselves. Girls do their own workout. It's everything. It's a great gym, great community. StackedCoaching.com. It's not just the gym and fitness, it's also nutrition. Bradley, you basically talk about both. You pound both and you live that world. It's proteins, carbohydrates, and fats, right?
Correct.
And here comes dumb question number 2, like the air conditioning question. Are you going to ask me like who's in Grant's tomb? What color was so-and-so's white horse? All that kind of stuff? Because I'm going for those today, apparently, Bradley.
No, I'll tell you what my high school teacher taught me. There's no dumb questions, just stupid people.
All right. Thank you very much. And that's today's program, everyone. Good night. Did I say stackcoaching.com? I meant, what is it? Pinkberry? What are the other ones? Oh, boy. Pinkberry. I think that's an ice cream store, huh?
It is.
All right.
Let me have the question.
All right. Protein, carbs, and fat. Is it a third each?
No, it is not. And it actually doesn't break down how a lot of people think it breaks down, okay? It breaks down in like a percentage of calories, right? So like, let's say your overall diet is 2,000 calories, okay? Well, if we have a formula to figure this out, okay? So 56% of 2,000, okay? Or let's say it's 50 to 60%. Well, let's go with 55. Okay, 55% of 2,000, whatever number that is.
1,100.
There you go, 1,100, right? So you would have 1,100 of your calories are carbohydrates.
Wow.
Okay, but that's not 1,100 carbohydrates. It's 1,100 calories of carbohydrates.
Gotcha.
So to figure out the carbohydrates, you would take 1,100 and divide it by 4, because there are 4 calories to every carbohydrate.
Wow. All right.
Which is roughly like 280, something like that.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So your diet would be 280 carbohydrates out of your 2,000 calories is 55%.
Gotcha.
And so you would do the same thing for fat and protein.
What are fat and protein?
Protein might be, like 30%, and
so that'd be 600. You'd be at about 1,700. So fat would be about 15%.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, 50% is kind of low. You probably want it to be somewhere around 20%, and then bring your fat down to, your protein down to 25%. If you have a 55% carbohydrate number. But the reality is as a nutritionist, when I prescribe these macronutrients, depending on what phase we're in, whether it's weight loss, muscle gain, maintenance, okay, we decide on their calories first. Then we choose their protein level. Okay, we figure out that percentage, and then we back out the protein. We have calories left that equal carbohydrates and fat, and then we go from there.
Well, it seems like, just generally speaking, my diet, I seem to have a lot more protein than carbs. That's a problem.
I mean, do you know that for a fact?
Well, I'll go, if I eat Chinese food, I'll eat like the chicken or the meat, and I don't eat a lot of the rice. If I, but you told me to start eating rice, so I started eating more rice, and then I started eating more pasta, and potatoes.
Great point. So like a cup of cooked rice, all right, is probably anywhere to 100 to 150 grams of like weight, okay? So like let's say a cup of cooked rice equals roughly 35 carbohydrates,
All right.
okay? That same amount of carbohydrates would be a rather large chicken breast, 35 and 35, okay?
Gotcha.
So when you do that, let's say you eat a cup of cooked rice, which that's not a lot of rice, Corey. Like, especially like if you look at like what you get in a Chinese meal,
Yeah.
it might be a third of the container, a third of the portion they give you of cooked rice is a cup of rice. So if you eat a third of the cooked rice and you eat all the chicken, there's a very good chance you ate equal the amount of protein and carbohydrates.
No, I got you. Hey,
That's
let's.
before we get to the vegetables.
Well, I hear you. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, let's pick that up next week, Bradley.
All right, Corey, you have a great time, man. I'll see you soon.
Thanks for all the facts and information. StackedCoaching.com. He knows all that stuff and so much more. Has answers to all your questions. StackedCoaching.com.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday, Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole-Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
The official afternoon talk show of the city of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
You can say anything you please about me, but don't say anything bad about Blue Boy.
Down, Blue Boy. Good buddy. So very true. You better not say anything bad about Blue Boy. He's a good boy. Corey Johnson back at you. Yeah, you're right. Hey, Greenway fans. Tulane head football coach John Sumrall is going to join us in about 25 minutes. You'll want to stick around for that for sure. Greenway fans, spread the word. Head football coach John Sumrall in the 5 o'clock power hour. We might get Troy Henry on around 5:40. Going to see if we can work that one out. French Quarter trash wars continue. I'll fill you in on all the details when we reset. Last 24 hours have been crazy, and it's still not over. It all comes to a head this Tuesday. Like I said, I'll fill you in on the details in a moment. But first, let's toss this guy a bone, pun intended. Such a good man. You know, talk about civic duty. Talk about, it's beyond civic duty. It's for mankind. It's for us, for humanity. It's for Louisiana, where we, we're great at the party, but we often overlook the important stuff. And that includes how we treat animals. Cockfighting, dog fighting, still going on in Louisiana in 2025. I mean, put those people in jail already. Anyone who's fighting animals, I don't want them anywhere in public. Do you? Do you want anyone who fights animals in society around your children, your wife, your husband, your grandparents? Not me. Jeff Dorson joins us from the Humane Society of Louisiana. All this guy is about are the animals. 35 plus years down here dedicated to saving animals. That's all this guy does nonstop. How are you, Jeff?
Hey, always a pleasure. I like our 5 minutes every Thursday. Thanks to you, we get the word out, talk about the only thing I really enjoy talking about, being kind and considerate to animals. And as you would say, no brainer.
Some jerk dumped his beautiful dog out on the road in St. Helena Parish. You guys drive all the way up there. You catch the dog. You got the dog. Taking care of the dog costs money. Might have to get dewormed. Might have heartworms. Got to get all vaccinated, all that. Unbelievable. Just dumping a dog off on the side of the road and driving off. Yeah. Just people are
heat. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. In the heat on the pavement. Now hopefully they find that person and arrest that person for cruelty to animals, and they go to jail for like a few months where it disrupts their life. Like maybe they lose their job or their mortgage and they lose their house. See, I'm serious. Like shake people's lives up, and other people get this message and say, you don't dump dogs off on the road in Louisiana. That could be your rear end.
Well, we can only hope, because St. Helena seems to have a different attitude. We've contacted the elected officials, and they have a ho-hum response when we tell them their parish is full of strays. They actually hung up on us the other week when we told them what were their plans. They said they didn't have any. It's really not anything of their concern. So that doesn't bode well.
Wow.
And it's frustrating when it's their community. We're coming in to fix their problem. And it doesn't make our job any easier when we have no support from the locals. They call us to solve their problems, but they're not helping us to solve it themselves.
Wow. That's disheartening. Yeah, I'd like to know who those public officials are. You may have to send me some names.
The president to start.
What's that?
The parish president, his secretary hung up on us. He said it's not their problem.
I may have to call them on Monday's program.
Yep.
May have to call them live on the air a little bit after 4 o'clock and see how that goes.
St. Helena. So we need more hands on deck. We're getting tired. It's the summer. The calls keep coming in. Animals are in distress. We'd like to help more. And we can only do it with your support. Sorry to sound like an ad, but I guess I am. I'm advertising that people get involved and help. There's a need, and we have some solutions, but it takes work. It takes an effort. Turn off your TV and come out in the hot sun where you can make the most difference. That's where the animals are.
Yep. No, the two things: either physically get out there and help, or donate if you can't do that. And donating's real easy. Go to humanela.org, humanela.org, and use your debit card, your credit card, and donate $10, $20, $50, $100, whatever you can afford, knowing it's going to go to saving animals like this dog they scooped up in St. Helena Parish. What else is going on, Jeff?
Well, another little case we're working on, trying to raise money. These little animals, they cost a significant amount when they're sick. This little Yorkie dumped in a Boyles parish walks up to a house crying in pain. Turns out it has a stone in its bladder, and so it's preventing it from going to urinate. So $1,600 later, he's feeling great, but we're stuck with a $1,600 bill. So please, your 5 and 10 goes directly to animal care. We're not lining our pockets. This is like frontline stuff.
Yeah.
You can really see the difference. And we'll post before and after. You can track where your donation goes for each animal. So I like what we do. I just could use some more gas in the tank, if you would call it that.
Yeah. No, I hear you, Jeff. You deserve it. You've earned it. It's sad that more people don't respond. It's sad that public officials in Louisiana, like the elected officials in St. Helena Parish, don't respond.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're the one that's doing all the heavy lifting.
But we do like what's happening in Livingston. The parish president, Randy, his platform was to start a shelter. And day one, he started working on it. And sure enough, they broke ground a few months ago. Can't thank him enough. Doing a great job. And that their whole council now has gone from indifference to totally invested and committed. So they're going to have a nice little shelter in a few months.
I saw Jefferson Parish is doing the same thing. I just suggested they build it like on a piece of public, parish property that's more visible, that there's more of a traffic.
Yeah.
I like that they're going to build it over there, but that one humane way, like by the sewer plant off the Earhart Expressway,
hard to get to.
Hard to get to. Most people don't know where it is. That you're not going to see the building. You need that thing on like Airline Highway, Veterans, Causeway. The parish owns some land somewhere else. They need to put that somewhere else.
And what's with 4 years delay? I mean, how long was Ida? That's when that shelter closed, and so they're down to one instead of two shelters. It's been a real heartache.
No, and on the West Bank, only one, and only all the way on the West Bank. It's just not viable. It doesn't work.
No. Well, I'm glad you know all these issues. Keep talking it up. Go to our Facebook page and donate for the little Yorkie. Its name is Bella. Or go to our website. Become a monthly donor, 5, 15, 10, whatever you can afford.
Yep.
Who's that in the background?
That's Boo Boy. He's saying go to humanela.org to donate. That's what he's saying, Jeff.
Awesome.
Thanks, Jeff.
You bet. Thanks, Corey, for everything.
humanela.org. Please go to the website right now and donate. Save this Yorkie. Go to their Facebook page. You can see the Yorkie on the Facebook page. humanela.org.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube.
Tulane fans, John Sumrall next.
WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line. Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance key. TM.JC.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa, and now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville, the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right.
Helm Paint. And supply.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Mario Brothers. Do you know who this guy is right here?
The Angry Wave.
He's very angry. He's upset. He's angry.
Yes.
He's coming after you, Mario Brothers. You're USC. It's the Cotton Bowl.
Great game.
Yeah, that was maybe the best college football game I've ever watched in my life.
Wow, that's saying something.
I mean, pretty close to the best college football game I ever watched in my life.
Definitely the best Tulane game I've watched.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, what game do you remember watching where you're like clearly better than that game, college game?
Oh, the USC Texas National Championship in 2006. I think
With where Texas scored right at the end, where QB, what's his name? Vince Young scored right at the end.
Yeah, even as a 5th grader, I remember that game like vividly, and even as a 12-year-old, I knew that was like all-time great game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess bigger stage, bigger opponents, national title at stake, but you know, Heisman Trophy quarterback that Tulane couldn't stop.
Yeah.
A running back that gained over 200 yards that USC could not stop.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, did anyone punt in that game? I mean, I'm trying to think.
Not often, if they did.
And then the kickoff where a present-day Tulane wide receiver fumbled the ball out of bounds on the 3, and then Tulane gets a safety and then gets the ball back. I mean, it's like the only way they're getting the ball back.
Yes.
And then they win the game at the end.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Incredible game.
It was.
And wasn't the last touchdown like when it they had to wait for the ref to make the call?
Yeah, the tight end. Yeah, they had to reverse the call.
Yeah,
originally
it was incomplete, and then it was the game-winning score, right?
That was cool seeing like the Tulane fans' reaction to the referee's calls.
Wow.
And that was Mario Williams, by the way, the wide receiver.
Yep.
He was a beast.
Yeah, he was. A beast now for Tulane. Mm-hmm. Oh, you mean Yeah,
the one that was USC.
Yeah, for USC.
Tulane.
Yep,
Mm-hmm.
yep. Corey Johnson with you. Hey, Green Wave fans, John Sumrall, Tulane football head coach, will be joining us in about 10 minutes on the program. So stick around for that. Lots of good questions for John Sumrall as they get into fall camp. Got a new quarterback transfer out of BYU who's been on the campus for just a few days. Green Wave's ready to roll. Hey, Mario Brothers, aka Latinx. No preseason top 25s have been released, huh, for football?
No, not yet.
Green Wave might be slipping into that top 25 with this BYU transfer.
Yeah, could be.
The Wave could be like 22, 23, something like that.
They've earned some respect from
Hell
the
yeah,
Colts,
they
so,
have. The
yeah.
last few years,
Mhm.
they've been in the top 25. Hell,
Yeah, exactly.
got to respect the Wave or suffer the consequences.
Yep.
Overlook the Wave. That's great.
Mhm.
That'll be your rear end.
It'll be a fun team to watch this year.
Yep,
sure.
no doubt. That's what we were talking about last week. I was talking hope and expectations.
Mhm.
You're hoping the Saints win. You're hoping. You can't have if you have expectations the Saints are going to have a winning season and go to the playoffs, your expectations are out of line or not realistic. Is that fair to say, Mario Brothers?
Yeah, objectively, sure. Yep.
Hey, objectively. And if you're an LSU or Tulane fan, a Green Wave fan, you're expecting 10 wins.
Mhm.
You're expecting, with this QB now, you're expecting 10 wins.
Exactly.
The QB starts or not, he's pushing the other guys, and the guy they got from BYU is a starter.
Exactly.
So if a guy beats him out, you're that much better.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, John Sumrall in a few minutes. This stuff's hard to keep up with, but we're going to try. It's the French Quarter Trash Wars. Now, the initial headline is shocking until you think it through. Yet today, Mayor Junket Cantrell signed an extension for IV Waste to continue cleaning the French Quarter through December. So you're like, what? IV Waste on Henry Consulting? Yeah, today, shocking, but legally, she had no choice. Mayor Junket Cantrell signs or extends IV Waste's French Quarter CBD contract through December. The long-term deal, the $73 million contract over like 7 or 8 years, that'll be decided this Tuesday, August 5th, by the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals. Henry Consulting versus the New Orleans City Council for the council not signing off on Henry Consulting's contract. The council says any contract over $1 million a year, we have to vote on it and sign off on it. Henry Consulting and the mayor say that's not the case on this contract. If the court rules in favor of Henry Consulting this Tuesday, Junket Cantrell can and will cancel IV Waste's contract immediately, and Henry Consulting could be cleaning the quarter on Wednesday of next week. IV Waste deal and Henry. IV Waste deal would be canceled and Henry would take over immediately. Yesterday, the Louisiana Supreme Court ruled in favor of those two plaintiffs, the business owner and the resident of the French Quarter, basically saying that there is no emergency and the mayor created the emergency. Therefore, she didn't have the emergency powers legally to have Henry Consulting take over. So yesterday's Louisiana Supreme Court ruling in favor of the plaintiffs basically equals IV Waste being the sole trash provider for the French Quarter. That was yesterday's Supreme Court ruling. Because of that, today, the mayor signed off on IV Waste continuing through December. But all of that could be a moot point come this Tuesday when the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals rules on this Henry Consulting versus the New Orleans City Council. And if Henry Consulting wins, they'll not only take over the French Quarter contract next week, they'll get the long-term deal. They'll be 7-8 years cleaning up at $73 million. If the council wins, IV Waste continues through December, and then in a month or two, there'll be an RFP out there for a new trash contract starting in January of 2026. Those are the two options on Tuesday. If the city council wins, IV Waste through December, and then a new bidding process for January 2026 and beyond. If Henry Consulting wins, Mayor Cantrell immediately cancels the IV waste contract that she just extended today. Henry Consulting takes over immediately, and it's not through December. It's the $73 million deal that's 7 or 8 years long. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. You can check us out on Facebook. You can check us out on YouTube, I should say YouTube. Our YouTube channel, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. Hey, they've got the chat, deal on the side. If you have a question or comment for John Sumrall, if I have time, I'll fire in that question. So check us out on YouTube, Green Wave fans, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. Now, if you're checking us out on TV, we only go till 5:30 on TV. John Sumrall's joining us around 5:20. We'll have him a few minutes after 5:30, up until that after 5:30 break. So if you're a Green Wave fan watching on Cox Channel 4 statewide or Spectrum Channel 333 statewide, at 5:30, we're done with TV. But on YouTube, and if you have a smart TV, you can check us out on YouTube, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson, till 6 o'clock. And on the radio, oh so fine, 93.9 FM till 6 o'clock. All of that information and more on our website, CoreyTalks.com. Links to radio, YouTube, audio, video, all that. CoreyTalks.com. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, at the controls. Yeah, the French Quarter Trash Wars. Absolutely unbelievable. You know, it's absolutely unbelievable. Gallagher's 527. Are you looking for a place to go tonight for dinner? Don't let Gallagher's, Mandeville, scare you off. Don't let the Mandeville thing scare you off. If you love fine dining and you live on the South Shore and you've never been to Gallagher's 527, get there tonight. 25 short minutes from Lakeside Mall. You're right at the front door of Gallagher's. Just like Trayen, there's no driving on the North Shore. You cross that Causeway Bridge, Trayen immediately on your left. Gallagher's 527 immediately on your right behind the Shell station by that Aquista Pace grocery. Gallagher's 527 tonight for dinner. No, 30 minutes. Enjoy the conversation. 25 minutes from Lakeside Shopping Center. Enjoy the conversation with your wife, your husband, another couple in the car, friends, family, the kids. You'll love Gallagher's 527. One of the finest dining experiences in Metro New Orleans. You think I'm taking the drive across the lake to Mandeville if it's okay? It's all right. It's not good. It's not very good. It's excellent. It's Gallagher's 527. Start off with some gumbo or some turtle soup. Lots of great seafood dishes. Steak sizzling in butter, lamb chops. And don't forget the crab meat St. Francis appetizer. Maybe the single greatest Louisiana jumbo lump crab meat appetizer in the world. Incredible. So flavorful. And no cheese. It's not an au gratin. Just so full of flavor. Gallagher's 527 tonight for dinner in Mandeville. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday afternoon. Yeah, you right. Yeah, the Green Wave with this QB transfer especially, they might slip in the back end of the top 25. Those preseason polls should be coming out soon. Tulane Green Wave head football coach John Sumrall joins us next, Wave fans. Don't go anywhere.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-JC.com, your cool spots.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City. Hey, Marigny, Bywater, Treme, French Quarter, CBD, Warehouse District, Garden District, Irish Channel. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground, where New Orleans is heard.
Welcome back, Crescent City. Fired up about this. Love getting this guy on the program. Tulane Green Wave head football coach John Sumrall is with us again. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, brother. I appreciate the invitation to come talk with you. How you been?
I've been well, man. Yourself, your family, everybody's good in Uptown?
Man, we are all 6 feet upright, man, so we are good. We got training camp right now, and life's good, man.
I love the Twitter photos of oak trees at Audubon Park with no message. Just, you got to know where you are. You love that Tulane campus and that Uptown area, don't you?
Man, I like to run early in the morning and occasionally walk at lunch. And what a great place to be able to do so right here on our campus or through Audubon Park. And every now and then I look around and I'm just in awe of the scenery and the trees and just how beautiful everything is. And man, love getting to be here every day and have enjoyed just kind of taking things in. And I like to have a little fun on social media. I know some people it may ruffle the feathers sometimes, but I like to have a good time and I don't take myself too serious. I'm a football coach. I'm not a doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I love it, Coach. And I know I ask you every time I get you on about those Twitter posts, but I just love how you embrace Uptown and the Tulane campus and all that. I also like the emojis, the rat poison emojis you put up there sometimes.
Yeah, well. When it seems like when people get surprised when I use anything other than an emoji to put a tweet or an X, whatever it's called now, out, because I sometimes speak in symbols. But no, it's fun, man. We're very fortunate and blessed to be where we are, and we're full speed ahead right now in training camp and hard at work, man.
Man, it's hot out there. Did you guys practice on grass today in Metairie? And is that because the turf gets so hot or just wanted to get on grass for a different feel? What was that all about?
Yeah, kind of 3 things. One is, we have as good of turf from a field turf perspective as you could probably have. I think it's the same type of surface the Cowboys use on their stadium, and so our turf is top notch, top of the line technology. But there's still a little bit of wear and tear naturally in your body, I think, with some joints, whether it be knees or backs, especially guys that may have a history of an issue. They can maybe, on turf become a little bit more heightened. And so one element is maybe the grass a little bit more gentle on your body at times. The second is the heat. Our turf has got the bluish colored pebbles in it, not the darker black ones. So it doesn't get quite as hot maybe as some other field turfs, but it's still a little bit warmer naturally than it is on grass. And so that's another component. And then the last piece is we do play 2 games this year on natural grass. And so the first one being at Ole Miss game 4. And so it's good to, have the guys go train on grass here and there. We'll go over there a handful of times during training camp. And we'll try to utilize either the Saints indoor or the Superdome maybe once or twice to beat the heat as well. But the grass, it's a little more gentle on your body. And then the last component is I like mixing it up and getting guys out of their element. We know our home venue really well because we work out here all year round. Sometimes you're creating kind of like a road environment by at least going into an unknown place. It's not your normal place of practice, and having to adapt and adjust to maybe looking to where the play clocks are, which is great for us to do over there where the rugby team has played forever, because we've got, the high school games are over there. So they got play clocks and they got all the things we need to have a normal practice.
Tulane Green Wave head football coach John Sumrall is with us. Hey, Coach, if I would have had you on the program last week, you couldn't talk about the transfer from BYU. I shouldn't even say transfer. I mean, I guess he is in a way. He dropped out of there and re-enrolled at Tulane. You got a full quarterback room all of a sudden, and that changes the dynamic of the team a little bit in a positive way, getting this experienced player, doesn't it?
It does. Unique timing wasn't necessarily something we expected to happen, to take on another guy mid-summer or late summer. And really us bringing Jake in, it's not an indictment on our quarterback room. To be quite honest with you, Caden Samanza, who's been here since January, had a good spring, has had a great summer, and has really had, I think, special command of the offense and understands how to operate. Donovan Leary's got a big arm. He's got real arm talent that flashes. Those 2 guys got here in January. Then Brendan Sullivan got here late May, and Brendan's very talented. He's a big, strong, athletic dude who's competitive and tough. And so I think all 3 of those guys, we could formulate a game plan to win games with that were here. So it wasn't like we're just, in a bad spot. They're all a little different, and the game plan we would have put together with either one of them would be tailored to who they are and a little bit unique to fit their skill set. But then Jake becoming available, he had the honor code deal that he had at BYU. In regards to that incident, we had our Title IX office and university leadership make sure that it got fully vetted, and we made sure we were given the green light after they did their due diligence to bring him on our campus. And after that process, they said, yeah, we're great with this. We think there's nothing that would keep us from bringing him here that we can see. And so then it became a question of, all right, does the academic components around Jake fit to come? And then does the football situation fit? Well, the academic components we got to take a good look at, and it made sense. And then the football standpoint, it's unique. Jake and I have history. Jake was at Riverside Community College in 2022. I was the head coach at Troy at that time, and we offered Jake that fall, and we were his only FBS Division I offer for a few months. And then late in he took an official visit with us at Troy for a home game. After we won our conference title, I got on a plane to go see him. And really thought we were going to end up getting him at Troy. And then BYU offered very late in the process. And I think just proximity to home and a couple other factors were at play. And he won 10 games last year as a starting quarterback at BYU. So does it make the quarterback competition complicated by adding another guy into the mix? Sure, it does. It's not easy, but a lot of people will tell you. I said this at our conference media days last week. I said, I've heard people all the time in life say, less is more. Well, when it comes to quarterbacks, if you've ever had less or none, then you got a problem. And so I reflect back to 2019, the team I was a part of as a staff at the University of Kentucky. We had a really bad rash of quarterback injuries, and then we had to play Lynn Bowden at quarterback, who ended up playing for the Saints for a little while. And Lynn was really a receiver. And so we had to totally change and run the ball every play of the game, and really didn't run conventional offense that fit what we had practiced the entire season. So, adding Jake to the mix, we've clearly added a guy that's got a lot of experience and has some high-end, top-level talent. He's got a lot to learn. He's been here for a week. He's busting his tail trying to catch up to speed and learn the installs and the terminology. There's some similarities with what we do schematically in BYU, but you still have to kind of get acclimated to how we call things and how we term things, and then get to know a lot of new teammates, a new place, and a lot of different variables. So glad we got Jake here, like the other guys in the room. Like I say, no different than last year. I don't decide who the starting quarterback is. The quarterbacks do, by how they prepare and practice and what they do every day.
Yeah. Oh, no. Last year at this time, the Oregon kid, only 5-star Tulane's ever recruited. He's the starter. And then, it goes with the freshman. So, yeah.
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 Yeah. I had a lot of people that wanted me to go get my head examined when I named Darian the starter last year, but that worked out okay. And,
yeah.
We'll those guys will decide who's the starter. Like I said,
yep.
I think too many times people think, oh, the coach made that guy start. No, the players decide who starts by how they practice and prepare.
Hey, Coach, strength of this team, and maybe, I don't know if it's a concern you would call it, or something you need to shore up, let's say.
Well, the concern would really be just we've only really got 5 guys that were primary starters back last year. So we lack a lot of returning experience at the starting top end of your roster that they've done it at Tulane. We brought in a lot of guys out of the portal that have started a lot of games at other places, but we on offense, the only guys that were starters last year really that are on our team still are our left tackle Derek Graham and our left guard Shadre Hurst. The other 9 guys that take the field for snap 1 of game 1 didn't start here last year at all. And then defensively, we've got 3 new guys that were really full-time returning stars last year that started a lot of games. Doesn't mean there's not a guy or two that may have started a game at some point. But so the biggest concern is just lack of proven experience and cohesion here on this team. I've been a part of teams that at times most years in the past, I feel like you were usually in the double digits on returning starters, maybe 10, could be 12. And in a crazy year, you might have more than that, 15. We got 5. And so that's a little bit unique. That's a concern. I'll say this. Our team is this is not my opinion. This is the numbers. They're stronger than last year's team in the weight room by a good amount. I showed the team that at our first team meeting to start the training camp of this group's numbers in the weight room on the squat and bench and power clean and deadlift are higher.
Wow.
Per player than last year's team. This year's team at every position is at least the same speed, if not faster, on the GPS, which tracks how fast they can run. Our defensive line room is 4.3 miles an hour faster than last year's defensive line group, which is like that's pretty impressive because last year's D line group was good. This group's just probably a little bit faster right now. And so I like our athletic ability. I like a lot of areas from a depth perspective. I think, at receiver, I don't know, like I knew last year Mario Williams is probably going to have a chance to go for getting, close to 1,000 yards. I didn't maybe know who number 4, 5, or 6 were at receiver. This year, I don't know that we have a guy that's going to get to 1,000 yards, but we do have like 7, 8, 9 guys that I could see playing starting level snaps in the game potentially. And so there's a deeper amount of competition there. Already hit on our D-line group. I think is really good. I think our inside linebacker group doesn't have a ton of bodies in that room, but I think we have a lot of top end players in that room. It's a very fun, unique group that we have, and a lot of unknowns, but a lot of talent, and we got to come together as a team and become one.
John Sumrall is with us for a couple of more minutes, Tulane Green Wave head coach. Hey, Coach, the Fear the Wave collective was sort of sidelined so the administration could do their own fundraising. Players are only getting paid more. What if the future talent fund can't match the needs of the team?
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence it will. I mean, we need the support to be able to be successful. I've said it on your show, and I've said it to anybody that listens to me. I would love new facilities at some point. I think we need some new facilities. But I can also tell you this, Corey, like as a coach, if we can build really quality rosters, I can be a pretty good coach. And when we don't have great players, it's hard to be a really good coach. And so this game's about the players. My job as a coach is to try to put together the best roster we can and then put the guys in positions to be successful. This is a player's game. It's not a coach's game. And so, we're hard at work trying to make sure we can do everything to get that talent fund fully funded and supported properly to be able to match the needs we have. I say this a lot. Like, I think what you're trying to do in the rev share, pool payment, NIL space is be at the top end of your conference. And, there's a couple other teams in our league right now that are really competitive. I think you look at what Memphis has done with their FedEx deal, and I think you look at maybe what it sounds like South Florida's doing. There's some teams that are pushing the envelope, and we have to continue to do it with urgency. And the talent fund is a huge piece to that. And it's the main component to that, Michael and Jimmy and Kelly, the guys that originally started the collective, they carried that water and they did unbelievable work for so long. And they're still doing work in different ways, maybe to help support our team building roster initiatives. But now the majority of the payments are internal, and that's through the talent fund. And so everybody that can give to that, we need them to participate, and we're constantly trying to grow that. We have to keep pushing there to get better, and keep improving how we operate in that space. And so, great teams have to have great players. I've never seen great teams have bad players.
Yeah.
And so, for us to go out and recruit, retain, and then add to our roster through the portal at times, we have to have a really well-funded, well-organized machine from a rev share component.
Yep. Hey, speaking of that, how's the level of communication with the athletic department? How do you know that they're raising the necessary funds? Do they let you know?
Yeah, I mean, I speak with the administration here frequently. I had a great conversation with David Harris, our AD, yesterday. I don't get in the weeds so much about where we at on maybe certain numbers. I just ask, how can I be helpful? We're also. I learned a long time ago, everybody's got a job to do. My job is to coach the team. I've got a sign in my office above my door where I work. And on that sign, all it says simply is coach the team. And so my job is to be an ambassador of our football program. And when, I'm needed to maybe speak to a donor or interact with an alumni group, man, I love doing so. I have a blast getting to know the people that care about Tulane and Tulane football. My number one job is to coach our team.
Yep.
And so when things come up that I can be helpful with on the fundraising side, man, I'm not kind of in, I'm all in. But what I wake up and think about first every day is how do I coach our team? And what I think about usually late at night is how do I coach the team better? And that's what motivates me daily, is helping serve and develop our players. My communication with our administration is exactly what it needs to be. And I've got a lot of faith that we're going to continue to try to find innovative ways to keep getting better. And, you know, like I said, whenever I'm asked to do something that may be outside of that coach the team mindset, I'm all into being helpful any way I can, because I want all of us to have success here, and not just football. That's all sports. I'm all in for everything Tulane, and but at the end of the day, you know, there's certain things that maybe are areas that I need to know all the details of, and there's certain areas where, you know, I ask when maybe I'm brought into those conversations. But my number one focus is coaching this team.
Hey, Coach, got about 90 seconds before we got a break, and I know you got to run. Just a couple of more quick ones. Glad that bubble's going up, but does Tulane have a true sense of urgency to lead the athletic department?
So they have a true sense of urgency to do what?
To lead.
Well, I can only speak for myself. I got an urgency to get better every day. so I, you know, I trust everybody does that's here, you know, and
yep.
And I don't have enough time to really evaluate what everybody else is doing. But we're, you know, like I said, I got to work yesterday at 5:30 in the morning and got here a little later today, 6 something today. And so we're urgent. We'll be here late tonight. We're getting ready to go to walkthroughs and more meetings, and there's a lot of urgency here. So I look, I feel like I wake up every day, feel like we're either getting chased or we're chasing somebody. And so we're working hard. I trust that everybody here is pulling the same direction, and continue to do that.
Hey, you're highly coveted, Coach. Other programs are going to come after you November and December. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, it's a good question. I really don't, to be honest with you, Corey. Like, I think, you know, I addressed this with our team before we started training camp about don't allow distractions to, you know, enter into your life, whatever it could be. It could be family. It could be transfer portal, NIL. And I've told them I want them to understand I'm in the same boat. Like, I don't look at what could be next. All I look at is like, how can I do the best job for everybody in our building today? And if I wanted to leave Tulane to take a Power 4 job, or if I wanted to maybe just take more money somewhere, those opportunities have presented themselves. Like this, I'm where I'm at because I've chosen to be where I'm at.
Yep.
And I love it here. My family loves it here. My kids are in great schools. My wife loves New Orleans. I love New Orleans. Like we this community means a great deal to us. And I said this at media days. I'm not going to ever sit on any question like that and go, well, I can promise you I'm going to be there forever. I can't speak whatever happens in the future. They may want to run me out of here one day. You never know. But I know this. I'm going to do everything I can in my power for as long as I can to be the best we can be here and give the young men that we coach every opportunity to be successful in every area of their life. And I love this city. I love the place. I love Tulane. I love who I get to work with. I love who I get to do it with. I love the players we coach. My wife is happy. My kids are happy. Life's good, man.
No, I think those are genuine statements. I think everybody sees that, Coach. You're beloved. Hey, last question. What does Tulane need to do to make sure John Sumrall is the head coach of the Green Wave next season?
Man, we just need to bring it every day. Like, that's it. Just bring it every day. Don't back down. Like, you know, like I said, keep pushing every day to be our best. That's it. And I'm very happy that I've got a long-term contract here because this is where I'd like to be. And man, we just need to keep pushing. You can't ever relax. You can't ever settle. You can't ever get complacent. Complacency is a killer. And so for all of us, myself, our players, everybody that cares about Tulane football, man, it's waking up every day with, kind of like you said, with a sense of urgency and going and being our best every moment we can be.
John, I love having you on the program, Coach. Love how you love New Orleans and Tulane. It really is a pleasure that you're here in New Orleans, man.
I appreciate you, brother, man. Thanks for having me on. Have a great one.
Thanks so much, Coach. That's John Sumrall, Tulane Green Wave head coach, joining us. Corey Johnson with you on a Thursday afternoon. Coming right back.
In innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamar Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
South Shore residents that love good food are making the short trip across the lake to Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. North Shore folks have known about Gallagher's 527 for years. Now the South Shore has discovered this hidden gem. One of the metro area's best restaurants is less than 30 minutes away. Take the quick trip across the lake and experience Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. As good as it gets.
The vibe of the Crescent City, Corey Johnson.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, sir.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM. Also from Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida on 600 AM and 1560.
Wow. Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life. Corey Johnson back at you. That's from the wonderful Animal House movie. That was around years before Mario Brother was even a thought. His parents probably weren't even dating.
So I've obviously seen Animal House, but the first time I saw clips of it was at Hornets games. They would play the "Make Me Want to Shout" on the
Yeah. What did you think of the Animal House movie?
Oh, it's great. It's all timer.
It's insane.
Yeah. So you still have so many murals of John Belushi everywhere in the sweatshirt.
I saw the dude on Twitter who got the guitar all smashed up, on the steps. Says, I still have the guitar and it's signed by everybody. I'm like, that guitar got smashed up on the stairs. I don't know what would be left of it.
Maybe pieces of it.
Yep. Anyway, it's Thursday. It's the 5 o'clock powwow. Our Green Wave fans, in about 15 minutes, we'll be done for the day. It'll be 6 o'clock. You can go to our YouTube channel, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson, and check out maybe what you just missed. A good 15, 20 minutes with Tulane head football coach John Sumrall. Lots of topics, lots of questions, lots of great answers from the coach. If you love Tulane Greenway football and you missed that segment, you can check it out at 6 o'clock, our YouTube channel, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson. I guess that's about, let's see, Mario, that was at 20 after, about an hour and 15 minutes in.
Yep, pretty much.
766-9480 is the phone number if you'd like to dial us up. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, at the controls. The big story of the day, you thought, how could it get much bigger than yesterday? Yesterday, the Louisiana Supreme Court rules in favor of those plaintiffs, the business owner in the quarter, the resident in the French Quarter. Why don't you push that back a second, Mario? The Supreme Court ruled in favor of those plaintiffs, which essentially means there was no emergency and the mayor didn't have emergency powers. Therefore, she couldn't award that contract to Henry Consulting. So the Louisiana Supreme Court said Ivy Waste is the sole trash provider. Henry Consulting's out, in essence. Today, it was shocking when I first read the headlines, and then about 10 seconds later, it made perfect sense. Today, LaToya Cantrell, Junket Cantrell, signed or extended the Ivy Waste deal through December. Not Henry Consulting, Ivy Waste through December. And I think, I was shocked for a second, but then I was like, legally, she had no choice. The Louisiana Supreme Court ruled. So she had to sign it. But she knows this, and so does Troy Henry. The long-term deal will be decided this Tuesday. The $73 million multi-year deal, like 7 or 8 years, $73 million will be decided this Tuesday. The Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, another ruling. This is Henry Consulting versus the New Orleans City Council. The council did not sign off on Henry's contract, citing any contract over $1 million. The council needs to vote on that. And the council did not vote on the Henry Consulting contract. Henry Consulting and the mayor are saying, in this case, the council does not need to sign off on this contract. The Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals will decide that this Tuesday. If the city council wins, Ivy Waste will be the sole trash provider for the French Quarter through December. And in the next couple of months, an RFP will be sent out seeking trash vendors for January 2026 and beyond. So if the council wins on Tuesday, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals agrees with the city council, Ivy Waste continues through December, and then a new bid will go out for January 2026 and beyond. If the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals sides with Henry Consulting, Mayor LaToya Cantrell can and will immediately cancel the Ivy Waste contract that she just signed today, extending it to December, and Henry Consulting will take over immediately. It could be as soon as Wednesday of next week, however long it takes the termination process of Ivy Waste to go through. So again, this Tuesday, August 5th, Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, Henry Consulting versus the City Council. If the court sides with Henry Consulting, Mayor LaToya Cantrell will cancel the Ivy Waste contract that she just extended today, and Henry Consulting could take over cleaning the French Quarter and the CBD as early as Wednesday, and it'll be for 7 or 8 years and $73 million. If the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals sides with the City Council, Ivy Waste continues through December, and then in the next few months, the city will decide on a new trash hauler or keep Ivy Waste. They'll have a new bid starting in January 2026. This is mind-blowing, isn't it? just never ends. Lawsuits. There'll be an appeal. So whatever happens on Tuesday, there'll be an appeal. I'm guessing Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, maybe that's where it stops. I'll have to find that out. I shouldn't assume there'll be an appeal. I'll have to find that out. You know what's good for dinner tonight? Katie's in Mid-City. So much fresh seafood on the menu. Scott Craig has a seafood purveyor or two, and it's not like, I want speckled trout, I want flounder. It's, what do you have that's caught today that's the freshest thing you got? And Scott goes with that and gets as much of it as he can. He'll probably join us tomorrow on the program to fill us in on what's up for the weekend at Katie's and Francesca. And I just love when he's like, 13 soft shell crab. I got 15 flounder fillets. I got 17 speckled trout fillets. That's Katie's. As New Orleans as it gets. Iberville, Corner Talamacas tonight for dinner. Make it Katie's.
Companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again. Ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now.
Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Word is, one of the best restaurants in New Orleans isn't even in New Orleans. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville. Cross the lake and taste what you're missing. Tuesday through Saturday. Gallagher's 527 in Mandeville.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on Magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here's New Orleans native son, Corey Johnson.
Native son, great New Orleanian. No, that's me.
In Metro New Orleans on 93.9 FM and 107.9 FM.
New Orleans native son. No, that's me. That's me, lady. Hey, Greenway fans, if you missed it earlier this hour, I'm talking about head football coach John Sumrall. Good news, you can check it out in about 5 minutes. Our YouTube channel, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson, after we're live right now on YouTube, but after we end the program, it kind of goes into the podcast mode where you can check it out after the fact. A good 20 minutes, Greenway fans, with Tulane head football coach John Sumrall. And please, any of you Wave websites out there on Twitter, you want to cut up some, the audio and repost it, feel free. Do whatever you want with it. Cut it up, use any of the sound you want, cut me out of it, just put Sumrall in there. It doesn't matter to me. Do whatever you want with it. Get the word out. Now I'm fired up. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx. He's our producer today. He loves sports. Like I said, hope and expectations are different. We're hoping the Saints win. We have expectations for that team up in Baton Rouge and big expectations for Tulane, regardless if this BYU kid comes in there or not. Now that he's there, the expectations have risen a little bit. They're even more solid, Mario Brothers.
That's a great point he made about starting Mensa last year. Everybody thought they'd go with Thompson.
Come on, everybody did.
Yeah, he made that decision. He got criticized, as he remembered clearly. And
Shuck starting for the Saints, guaranteed.
yeah, no, not at all.
That's problem starting to show itself. Yeah. I tweeted something the other day. How about Drew Brees coming into New Orleans and coaching those guys up for a few days, not going to Denver and Bo Nix?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know, I know he went to Denver, Sean Payton, obviously.
Yeah.
But the
not
Saints
surprising.
could use Drew Brees a little for a day or two. It's not like a knock on any of the existing coaches.
No.
It's you're bringing in a guy who's 45 years old that played the game at the highest level possible.
Yeah.
I think he's going to have some good, watch those 3 quarterbacks for a practice or two and have some good advice for all 3 of them that will only improve their game.
For sure. I'm sure they've interacted some.
I hope. Hey, if you think paint is paint, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm, they only sell Benjamin Moore, the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints covers in less coats. It literally does. You cover more square footage per gallon with Benjamin Moore than the other guys. Google it and find out. Say no to the big box. Say no to the national chain store. Say yes to Benjamin Moore and Helm Paint and Decorating in New Orleans, in Baton Rouge. When it's time to paint, Helm Paint and Decorating. I love free 2-hour delivery too, so you keep on working. Your crew keeps going. French Quarter Trash Wars. Tuesday, it all comes to a head. The Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals will decide if Henry Consulting or the city council is right. And it's the city council saying, hey, if a contract's over $1 million, we have to approve it. Henry Consulting and the mayor say that's not the case. If the court sides with Henry Consulting on Tuesday, they take over immediately and for 7-8 years at $73 million. If the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals sides with the city council, IV Waste continues through December. And then in January, they'll have a new trash contractor, maybe IV Waste, whoever wins the new bid. I know, confusing as hell. What's that, Blue Boy? It's utterly ridiculous. It only can be the city of New Orleans. Trash wars. You're so right, buddy. Thanks to John Sumrall, Jeff Dorson, Bradley Schneller for joining us. Mañana, New Orleans.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.